Welcome to Lumbridge Knight's Guide for the Shield of Arrav quest. You'll definitely need a partner if you want to complete this quest, or a second account if you want to solo, and one of you will need to deal with a level 23 Weapon Master. Other than that, everything you need can be picked up during the course of the quest. Upon its completion, you will receive 1 quest point and 600 coins. Well met, adventurers. I am the Lumbridge Knight, your guide to all things old school RuneScape. Blessings of Saruman be upon us as we venture forth. Part 1, the Phoenix Gang. As would be suggested by the title, this goes through joining the Phoenix Gang, and the first step is to head to Varrock Palace and speak to Raldo in the library. If you ask Raldo for a quest, he will say that there is a book in the library that may be of interest relating to the Shield of Arrav. Just select option 1 in the narrative and click through the conversation. Once you get to the end, you are tasked with finding the book in the library. So I'm going to highlight which bookshelf it's on, because I kind of wandered around searching every single shelf before I noticed the very obvious blue and white book, which hopefully the highlight has now revealed. So search there to get the book about the Shield of Arrav. Once you get this, you can read this in your own time. I've sped through. If you want to read the narrative about the story, about the shield, and how it's split and things like that, that's up to you. Take your time to read the narrative. I'm not going to go through it in this guide. Now go speak to Raldo, and he will direct you to Baraek. Baraek is the fur trader in Varrock Square. So if you head over to there now, which you can see my character doing, speak to him and ask him where you can find the Phoenix Gang. This is where the 20 coins from the summary screen comes in. You'll need to pay Baraek 20 coins in order for him to reveal the location of the Phoenix Gang. To get through the narrative quickest, select option 1 and then select option 1 again. Baraek will tell you that the hideout is near the southeast corner of Varrock between 2 bars, just south of the rune shop on the map. So as you can see now, I'm in Varrock Square. I'm going to head south and east towards this area here where you can see the VIAM Corporation. That is the headquarters of the Phoenix Gang. The VIM is just a front. So head there now. I've sped up the video so you don't have to watch the transition time. You can see by the sign I'm definitely in the right place. Once you get there, head down the ladder. At the bottom, you'll talk to a guy called Straven. Tell Straven that you know who they are, and he will kind of play dumb. You'll kind of tell him that you're the Phoenix Gang, and then in the next option, tell him you'd like to offer your services. So that both times select the first option in the narrative, and he will give you a mission in order to prove your loyalty. You need to go and assassinate a guy called Jonny the Beard. Don't worry, he's level 2 combat. He's in the Blue Moon Inn, just a stone's throw from this location. If you go and assassinate Jonny the Beard, he has an intelligence report which Straven would like you to intercept. So now that we have our mission, head back up the ladder, across the road, and into the Blue Moon Inn, just to the northwest of the Phoenix Gang headquarters. You can see Jonny the Beard there already. He's the kind of gothic looking guy. He's got the black boots and the skull t-shirt. So just head in there and kill him. And I've added some kick-ass rock music to entertain you on what is probably the most epic battle in RuneScape history, or not. Yeah, there we go. Jonny's dead. Sorry, Jonny. Grab the report. I'll bury his bones for respect. And then head back to Straven with the report. As you can see, in premise, this quest is rather easy. The complicated part is obviously needing a partner or a second account in order to fully complete it. So speak to Straven, tell him you've got the report, which you'll automatically do. He's very pleased with that, and he gives you a key to the weapons store, basically granting you access and full membership to the Phoenix Gang. Now before you leave, to give your key to your partner, which is the next step, head into the base and head to the furthest southwestern corner chest that you can see me searching now. Search it and you will retrieve 1/2 of the Shield of Arrav. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing else of interest in this hideout. If there is, please let me know and leave a comment. If not, head out and head towards Charlie the Tramp. He's just opposite the Blue Moon Inn, and that's where we'll make an exchange for our second account, because in this case I'm using 2 accounts rather than a partner. So I'm heading there now in order to make the exchange. However, now it's time for a little bit of Lumbridge trivia. Which shield in old school RuneScape offers the highest slashing defense? Now it's a members item, there's a clue, and it's not a very good attacking option. That's all I'll say. Keep watching to find out what the answer is. Please like the video and support my content. Thank you, noble knight. And so we arrive at part 2, the black arm guy. And I'm going to apologise straight away. No! I messed up the footage of this and the camera stopped recording, so I'm going to have to wing it. You start this part of the quest by talking to Charlie the Tramp. Ask him what is down the alleyway, and he will tell you that it's the headquarters for the Black Arm Gang. That's all you need to do with Charlie. Find that option and click it. You can see on the screen there that my options don't show that because I've already spoken to him and I've already got the Weapon Master's key in my inventory as well. Following that, go down the alley and head through the cheapo looking wooden door, which I'm about to do in a second, and speak to a woman named Katrine. Katrine will then set you a challenge similar to the Phoenix Gang challenge to prove your loyalty to the new gang, and she wants 2 Phoenix Gang crossbows. In order to get these crossbows, you need to get into the Phoenix Gang's weapons store. Conveniently, the other half, your partner or your other account, has got the key for that already, so what you need to do is trade that key. If you're using an Ironman account like I am, just use the key on the Ironman and you're still able to trade it. It then drops on the floor and even Ironman characters can see it and pick up the key. We'll see it at the end of the video in terms of when we're trading the certificates on how that works as well, because it's the same mechanic. So apologies up front for missing that out, it's really annoying. Anyway, head down the road just past the entrance to Phoenix Gang headquarters and through that little door and up the ladder. You don't have to immediately attack the weapons master and he won't attack you. He's non-aggressive.
Yeah, I need backup.
Until you try to pick up one of the Phoenix Gang crossbows off the floor, in which case he'll attack you and you'll have to kill him. He's not very high level, he's only level 23 and not particularly well equipped, so he's rather easily overpowered. Not as easily as Jonny the Beard admittedly, but he's not very difficult to kill. So once you've killed him, nab the 2 crossbows from the floor, bury the bones, respect the dead, and once you've got the 2 crossbows, head all the way back to Katrine. There we go. I'm speeding the video up because no one likes a long and lengthy transition. Head back up the alleyway past Charlie and there she is. Speak to Katrine and tell her you've got the crossbows. Boom, it's that easy. You're now accepted as a member of the gang, so you can go into the hideout. Enter through the door. Previously you couldn't go through this door, now you can, that you remember. Head through the door and head straight up the stairs. Now when you get in this room upstairs, there's a lot of chests and things. I don't know if there's anything useful in them. Again, similar to the Phoenix Gang quest. If there is anything, let me know. I'm not sure there is. Be looking for a cupboard. Now the cupboard is actually directly behind the staircase. I will drop a little highlight there because I suppose it can be a little bit tricky to spot. It's not that hard to find, but just to make it obvious, I'll drop a highlight in there. Once you've seen that, head over and open it. Once you've opened it, search the cupboard, and hey presto, you will find the other half of the Shield of Arrav. Now we have both halves of the shield on separate accounts, so this is where it gets a little bit complicated, and I'm going to try and show you a side by side to kind of make things a little bit less complicated. Oh, Dick Turpentine has popped up and give me 600 coins for some reason. Great. So I'm going to head back out to Charlie the Tramp, where my other character is stood waiting for us. Before we get there though, the answer to the Lumbridge trivia question, which shield in old school RuneScape has the highest slashing defense, the answer was Din's Bulwark. It's got 145 slashing defense. Great defensively, useless offensively really, because it's two-handed. It's now time to claim your reward. To do this, you'll need both halves of a certificate, in which case you can use them on each other and join them together, and then go to the king in Varrock Palace and claim the reward. To start with, we're going to head to the Museum of Varrock. I'm just showing you on the map there, just for clarity. It's basically east of the palace. You can see where my cursor is about now. That's the museum there. And we're going to head there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you both of my characters simultaneously running there, rather than having individual streams of them doing that, just to show you that both partners or both of your accounts need to go to the museum and do basically exactly the same thing. Talk to the curator, go through the narrative, it's automatic. He will then offer you a certificate because you've got half the shield. So you ask for 2 certificates, Again, your character does this automatically, you don't need to do anything. Fair bit of narrative to get through, so we'll just let him yada yada yada. So once you've got the 2 duplicate certificates, because I'm playing with an Ironman, you need to use that rather than trade. So use that, and then we'll drop it on the ground for each other, and then each account can pick it up. So Durful Iron is going to drop it for Durful V3. That's my standard main account. So yes, drop the cert, and then pick up the other one. And the other character is going to do exactly the same thing. So it is that simple. You simply use one half of the certificate on the other person, and they use it on you. Or if they're both non-Ironman, you can simply trade. Once you've done that, head over to the king, and before you speak to him, join the 2 halves together. So use one half of the certificate on the other half. This gives you this nice jazzy Varrock certificate from King Roald II. And then just speak to the king. Again, it's automated, you don't need to click anything except continue. You'll tell him you've got the certificate claiming the reward for the Shield of Arrav. He'll say he's been looking forward to this, and he will give you 600 gold pieces and your quest point, and that concludes the quest. If you've enjoyed this video, and it has been at all helpful, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I, the Lumbridge Knight, am at your service. So until the next time, fare thee well, brave adventurer.